And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 486. Today is Thursday, October 10th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
That's 10ish is
now.
definitely that time for sure. All right, top stories of the day. The IRS just issued its first cryptocurrency tax guidance in 5 years. Bank of America's job posting hints it hired a dedicated Ripple specialist. Alipay to ban all Bitcoin-related transactions. And CFTC chairman confirms Ether cryptocurrency is a commodity. Hilarious. They call it Ether cryptocurrency, and they're telling you what it is. I love it. So in other news, before we get started, of course, what are those prices looking like today?
Oh, yeah. So yesterday, after having all green, a little bit of red, not much, mostly everything going sideways. But Bitcoin is at $8,538, down 0.5% today, not much. Ethereum at $191 is down 0.5% as well. Litecoin is at $57, down 3%. Ripple at 27 cents, down 3%. And last but not least, Bitcoin Cash coming in at $230, down 3.4%. So just a small correction, it looks like, from the big move yesterday. A lot of these coins went up 10, 11% over the last 48 hours. So one of the best things in this market, like I said, is takes time. Just calm down. Still going sideways, people. It's basically the same price since the beginning of September.
Basically. And if you're watching us on YouTube, not sure what's going on with that chat, but that box still isn't up. Still have to troubleshoot that and figure out what's going on. Mm-hmm. But if you're actually on YouTube, you can still see chat box. With that being said, what's going on, Leroy Forrest? Blessings to you. Alex Daly, Bitcoin to the moon. Told y'all. Hey, Alex be calling it. Listen, hey,
I gave him a shout out. I gave him a shout out a couple days
ago. Did you? Listen,
yeah,
Alex has probably called 3 or 4 different ups and downs or price points when it comes to some of the different cryptos. So shout out to Alex Daly.
Well, Alex, you haven't been on Twitter. It's going to 3K.
Hey,
what's wrong with you?
Come on, Alex. We need to get Alex on here live and tell us what he's doing over there. What's going on? Clarence Dennison, Dylan Darchenfield, Tessa Hall, Mr. Gibson Sr., Trust Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, what's the word?
What's up?
All right, as we said, top story of the day. The IRS just issued its first cryptocurrency tax guidance in 5 years. That's right. Imagine if you start a new business or a new company and 10 years after you've been open and operating, somebody out of nowhere just comes to tell you what people need to do with your business, how your business should be operating, what it counts as. Well, that is exactly what the IRS is doing. 5 years later, and really the first guidance they issued wasn't real guidance either. This should be the first real guidance, I guess. This is the first tax guidance in 5 years for calculating taxes owed on cryptocurrency holdings. It looks like they said in this article, industry members have been eagerly waiting the update. I have not, but okay.
I don't know who these people are.
Right, exactly. IRS Commissioner Charles, I'm waiting for you to tell me how much money to give to you that you have not earned. Yeah. Right. IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig said the agency was working on providing fresh guidance back in May 2019. Again, the last one that they actually posted was from 2014, which left many questions unanswered. And the crypto market, of course, has grown more complex. What is some of this tax guidance they are now all of a sudden giving us? What's this? We always say Wednesdays and Fridays.
Wake up.
Wednesday night they had to work on a new law, people, and we got it Thursday morning, and I would suspect the next one we get will be on the Monday morning.
Oh, yes. So they can get that 24-hour news cycle and go to sleep on Friday.
Right.
So 3 main things were addressed in the new guidance. First being the tax liabilities created by cryptocurrency forks, the acceptable methods for valuing cryptocurrency received as income, and how to calculate taxable gains when selling cryptocurrency. So if you are an accountant, this is a good day for you because you can basically say, hey, now I know what to do in order for people to pay taxes. But if you are a crypto person, I've seen overwhelming disapproval of this report simply because it still left many questions unanswered. Because even though they said, look, if your cryptocurrency went through a hard fork, but you did not receive any new cryptocurrency, whether through an airdrop or some other kind of transfer, you don't have taxable income. My big question is, how would you know?
Right.
Exactly how would you tie an address to me that's on some paper wallet?
I know what you had. I was just about to say, I know what you have on your desktop wallet. I know you got an airdrop.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't. And even then, even if they could say it was linked to you through some sort of IP address or some sort of exchange, whatever, just say you lost. I don't understand how exactly are you going to take it. And if you say somebody owes something in cryptocurrency, Are you saying that they owe you cryptocurrency or that they have to change it into fiat and then pay you? Because, as I was told from the IRS 2014, crypto-to-crypto transactions are not taxable, and airdrops are just something. I mean, it got so complicated, I don't think they knew what to do. They got confused with hard forks and airdrops.
Well, going on with that, you said, do you pay it in crypto or would you pay it in fiat? Let's get even deeper, and this is my thing with the whole taxation behind crypto. If we pay it in fiat, is that USD? Is that rupees? Is that rubles? Is that euros?
Because it's denominated in everything.
Exactly. Are you going to say, well, today is worth 8,000 and some change of US dollars and that's the tax amount? Or is it worth 7,000 something in euros and that's the tax amount? Or, it just doesn't make sense. And again, I say this from the U.S. point of view. What happens if China comes after you? What happens if Russia comes after you with the same thing? Whether if their quote-unquote IRS and SEC says, no, you guys just don't owe the United States taxes. This is a global cryptocurrency, right?
It is taxes.
We can look at your address and trace this back 6 addresses to somebody who's located in China. You owe China taxes now. How does that get paid out?
Weird.
It's worse than a slippery slope. It's a reason why it's not possible to do this without them basically making you do it yourself, and that's because it isn't intended for it. Yeah. It's a global crypto.
And shout out to Jerry Brito, the executive director at Coin Center. He basically said the IRS language will make it more confusing because one of the unfortunate consequences of this guidance is that third parties can now create tax reporting obligations for you by simply forking a network. You can literally not pay attention to anything. All right, say you own a coin, right? You have 10 whatever.
Bitcoin, perfect
10 Bitcoins, right? Somebody airdrops you
Bitcoin Gold.
Bitcoin Gold. Now, you don't have a Bitcoin Gold wallet, or if you have it, you don't know you have it. And then when they do it, they just create a tax liability for you that you didn't even know about.
Oh, Bitcoin Private. Yeah, Bitcoin SV.
Yeah.
Wait, well, you owe 4 different taxes now just for owning Bitcoin.
Yes, and you haven't sold them. That's the biggest thing. You take the airdrop and you just sit on it. So I owe you taxes on that? I haven't done anything with it. It's literally a game right now that they're playing with this language, because if you read through the document, which I read through a good amount of it, most of it was talking about things that they didn't really dig deep into. They had the surface level knowledge. They know what an airdrop is. Right. They know,
they know you have more coins. That means more money, and we want special investigator. I'm gonna need you made more money this year. I need to make more money this year.
Oh yeah, and one of the other things too is if the crypto is bought on a peer-to-peer exchange or a DEX, it is possible to use a crypto price index to determine the fair market value. In the words of the IRS, this can be a cryptocurrency or blockchain explorer that analyzes worldwide indices of cryptocurrency and calculates the value of cryptocurrency at an exact time and date. So whenever you received it, they'll say this is how much it was when you received it. This is how much you owe. The problem is, like King said, this is a global currency. Is it going to do it based on your country? Is it going to be based on your currency? Crypto is software, people. I don't know exactly where that got mixed up with money, but if you're transferring value through software, at no point does that interfere with the U.S. dollar. That is what you're taxed on.
And put it in a different, to make it a different idea, so it's not just Bitcoin. We know we say cryptocurrency. People think about the currency part, how much it's worth. People don't like to look at the technology because everyone's so smart, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's one of those things. Also, is just, as you said, what will they tax? You see here what happens if it goes in decentralized exchanges. When did you buy the Bitcoin? What country does it go to? Who do you even give it to? I mean, there are so many questions. This is still green right now. And the bottom line is that it is not meant to be taxed.
Exactly.
It is unfair to be taxed. That was a point. I just kept talking because I forgot my main point. But you said it was software. That's the same as like saying, well, every time you visit a public website, every time you go on the internet and visit a website, you're going to get taxed. That's the same thing, people, is software.
You're using electricity.
Every time you download or you go to Microsoft Word or you use one of those Word documents, Excel sheets, every time you send an email, how about that? Every time you send an email, we're going to tax you money. That's the same thing as this, except we're using it as an exchange of value. And since it actually became valuable, they wanted to issue this guidance. You notice they did not issue this guidance when it wasn't worth anything.
Oh yeah, they didn't. They don't tax Beanie Babies. They don't tax. They don't tax whatever else they've called Bitcoin. And of course, on top of all of this, overarching statement from the IRS, it was 5 years of waiting. So all those people in between, now what? I mean, I can only imagine, somebody in 2014 being like, well, I don't know exactly what to do. Then somebody saying, oh yeah, we got guidance now, and then looking at it and say, I still don't know what to do. You didn't tell me anything.
And the most important question too, because everyone claims, democracy and all that, which we know is not true. But when did we vote on this? Where was the town hall meetings? Where was the discussions? Where were the forums?
This is gang. This is what you call
Where was the internet chat boxes I can put my 2 cents in at? I have not heard anything from the IRS asking taxpayers who pay their money.
Can I get an email?
What's your thoughts on this? I have not heard anything. I've been getting dictated to about what type of money we're going to give back to the government. And something they had no interest in before it was popular. Mm-hmm. And now they're a groupie. Our government's a groupie, a gold digging groupie.
Gold digging groupie.
Gold digging groupie.
Oh man,
how many songs? What was the Jamie Foxx song? Yeah, this is terrible. But
internal revenue slurs.
America. Mm-hmm. All right, Bank of America actually is in the news now, as they have posted a job that hints it hired a dedicated Ripple specialist.
Oh yeah.
Basic.
Shout out to Cash. Yeah. Shout out to Cash.
There we go. Cash got hired. No. Again, this is a great story. I think about the 6 or 7 story when it comes to organizations, institutions, or government. We have talked about where they're hiring now someone in the crypto field or crypto specialist. This time is Ripple. Again, I'm going to, just without even reading the article, I'm just going to basically say it's probably going to have the same sentiments as every other crypto specialist out there. We need you. You're going to get paid a lot of money to come in and help us do it. Oh, yeah. What's going on with this Bank of America job posting?
Oh, yeah. So according to a job description on professional social network LinkedIn, Bank of America has stopped accepting applications for what it calls a treasury product manager for Ripple. All right. This role, you lead the product management team for the Ripple project, which is a decentralized ledger technology. We all know that's true. Based solution to cross-border payments to clients. So one of the things that we've seen when Coinbase started to put up jobs, or Facebook started to put up jobs, Square Crypto, same thing with Bank of America. When you see job postings, they're obviously going to have somebody in there from the Ripple space. Mm-hmm. And one of the funny things about Ripple is that people have been talking about it as the bank's currency, that they can use it. I wouldn't go too far right now, because I think what they're doing is testing to see what they can achieve with it. But it is good. Like you said, it's a base hit. And Bank of America has been warming up to cryptocurrency as of late in the public eye. Now, they've been on cryptocurrency a long time. They've been talking about it. It was in their end of year report in 2014. Mm-hmm. So trust me, they've literally been talking about Bitcoin for at least 5 years. So they want to do it the bank's way. So they're using Ripple. And for those of you Ripple tards out there, the reason they probably had to shut down the application is because all of the bots probably hit them up all at once, all the Ripple bots. And basically they were like, all right, we found who we need and we'll go forward. So shout out to Ripple for still pushing forward, even though I think you'll be called to security at some point. But Bank of America, they have a crypto plan. People, every bank is lying to you if they say they don't know anything about crypto. Walk into your bank and say, hey, what are you guys doing with crypto? Walk into Bank of America if you have them, and they'll probably say, oh, we don't have anything to do with that. They're lying to you.
And something else I want to point out, again, we talk about this all the time when we see these job postings. I like to go over, where are the required skills, what they're looking for, payment and all this. Again, this shows me Bank of America probably doesn't have a good grasp of what's going on. The reason why is because just in the first thing, required skills, must have at least 3 to 5 years of treasury management / payment industry experience. Experience with treasury management clients, either sales, servicing, or implementation. Strong presentation skills, all that good stuff. BA or BS or higher, as well as, of course, have be knowledgeable about cryptocurrency, specifically Ripple, right? All of that for what they put at an entry level seniority position. Now, my only thing with this is that this is a bank. I'm assuming they're smart enough to have the right pay, even though the right position doesn't match. So my only guess is that they're saying entry level, but hey, this still comes with 100, 150, 80K. For this, I would say at least minimum 80K. 80 to 150K would kind of sound right for this, since they're just coming in and they're going to just be a product manager. But to have them marked as an entry level employee, this is why you're not getting people.
This is why get hired. Yeah, 9 years of experience, 6 in Ripple.
But I'm gonna come work
start
with
level, like $10 an hour.
Right. That's why I'm saying I'm hoping the pay actually matches the experience, because you're asking someone with 3 to 5 years of treasury management experience, as well as cryptocurrency, and specifically experience with Ripple and what they're doing. And again, it is pretty complex when you start looking at, what's the protocol called? I can't think of the Ripple actual protocol.
Man, I forget
Interledger or something? Is it Interledger? Hyperledger.
One
Interledger. Cash, where you at, man? Tell us.
Tell us, man. Who cares?
Bitcoin's A. But at the end of the day, regardless, it should not be an entry level position. at this point, there's really no crypto positions except maybe a support specialist, which should be entry level. So to see that is pretty, it's interesting to see that. But again, this is why they won't get the right people. We talked about how much it costs. We covered the government jobs. Again, the government jobs are going for $259,000. They're going for $300,000 a year. So it's crazy to see that. So I can only assume, again, even though this says entry level, if they want to get the right person to do the right job, I'm gonna need to see a couple. I'm gonna need to see a comma and at least almost 6 digits, if not the full 6 digits on this one.
And keep my name anonymous because nobody knows I'm working on this garbage.
Right. Exactly. It's like it's gonna come out great from Bank of America, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Alipay is in the news. Alipay to ban all Bitcoin-related transactions. For those who aren't familiar with Alipay, it is the Chinese Amazon, but even bigger. It's basically buying wholesale from warehouses. And of course, Alipay also partners with AliExpress, which is like basically where shops can go. You can go online. You can basically get everything you get in the United States. You can go to Alipay and AliExpress and get it probably for to 90% off.
Oh yeah, and that's what drop shippers were doing, and they shut that down.
Did they shut it down?
They shut it down.
I didn't know they shut it down.
Drop shipping took a big blow because they can no longer get those 90% discounts and then sell it to you at twice the price. But yeah, they shut that down.
What's going on here?
Oh yeah, well, Binance, which I talked about yesterday, they're using Alipay to buy crypto. But they actually stated if any transactions are identified as being related to Bitcoin or other virtual currencies, Alipay immediately stops the relevant payment services. All right, so basically, Binance confirmed on Twitter that they've begun accepting fiat currencies through Alipay and WeChat. So they're accepting those payments from there.
And WeChat.
And WeChat, exactly. Wow. So if they're having to pay for Bitcoin, Ether, any of those things, not happening. And it's China. It's not like here. I mean, as you can see from the NBA, King was just telling me earlier, I kind of didn't keep up, but from the NBA, they're not even letting people hold free Hong Kong signs. Chinese people, the Chinese comments made by Daryl Morey were not taking good. Steve Kerr back down like a little girl. Everybody is basically seeing a shift in power to China. Everybody knows what it is.
Wait, why everybody talks bad about President Trump and everything? Why wouldn't we talk
about China? They actually have a dictator. They actually have a dictator.
Oh, but nobody wanted to see China straight up. Okay,
exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody want to go heads up with China. And as much as people want to talk about the industry moving forward, one of the things you're going to have to realize is China has a lot of hashing power. They have a lot of the Bitcoin hashing power. I don't think they'll do anything to hurt Bitcoin because I think that is their exit strategy from the petrodollar. I think they're just getting as much as possible until it's the right time. The Chinese have a 100-year plan, and I think this is part of it right here. Restrict a lot of the payments that you can make to buy crypto, so they own it all. You have to buy it from them. And at some point, I think they'll be selling it to their.
I can see that. Wow, I can see that.
The population.
Y'all want to buy it from the bank?
Buy it from us. Buy it from the bank. And it's literally coming. It's coming soon, people. I really think it's coming soon.
Because you all imagine that if like think about it, like 2 years from now, the United States is like, all right, all the exchanges are shut down. If you want to buy crypto, you can only buy it from JP Morgan or one of our official sponsors type of deal. I mean, that's crazy. That's actually a great idea. I could see them doing that. All these stories, people, when you talk about the IRS, the SEC, China, I mean, again, we keep saying the war has already been won. We've been saying that for years now. Like Bitcoin, crypto is here to stay. The war has been won.
If it was going to go away,
we've said that for a long time. But now here's all the bloody battles in between. And I don't think people want to come to the acknowledgement of there's going to look, people, there's no way around it. Yeah, the government and people, there will be a head-to-head thing. I'm not going to say it's going to be in a violent way or maybe a fighting way.
It's going to be a little knuck if you buckish.
It's going to be some knuck if you buck because there is no way around it.
Yeah.
We are seeing corruption in our face. And again, if I'm the Chinese president or was it Yao Jinping? I can't remember his name. But if I'm one of the government people in charge of China, I get it. For them, all they're thinking about is a stronger China. We need to be a stronger country because if not, we'll get pumped. And especially where they're located at, they're located by a lot of people who might not like them. Yeah. So I do get where governments are going with this. Not just protecting their currency, but actually protecting their way of life and their culture. But on the flip side, as we just said when it came to IRS, I'm sure in China nobody's voting on this either, right? And again, the whole part of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is allowing everyone access to payments. It's not cutting anyone out from the monetary system, right? So when you have that going on, you have governments basically saying no. China's saying no, we're not allowing this. The IRS is trying to take it. The SEC is telling you you can't do ICOs. When you have governments pushing back, against a system, against software. Again, this is software, people.
Software.
Imagine if this was software that could just
fake.
calculate your taxes. And all of a sudden they say, well, you're not allowed to calculate your own taxes. We'll throw you in jail.
Yeah.
It's software. So when you have your government pushing back against software that works, eventually, hopefully, people will wake up. But again, it's one of those things where this thing is going to butt heads one day. It's literally no way not to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And blockchain Shuja, absolutely great time to own crypto, the right crypto that is. Oh, yeah, you are correct. And Gervais Wright saying now the battle's for control. We could see it coming a long time ago. I mean, China has way more control than people realize. They have their hands in a lot of different American things, and Bitcoin is global. But if the U.S. wants to deal with it, they're going to have to deal with China, obviously.
Yep. I got to say your name one more time because I did chop it up earlier. My bad. Dylan Darchinville. What's going on? Rashu, Valdez Granville, Tommy Brown. That's what's up. Tommy Brown said what's good, guys. Got the boss man watching with me today. My man. Shout out to the boss man. What's going on, Cheryl Beloved? Who else we have in here? Gervais Wright. Thank you. Much appreciated. Let's see. Mr. Gibson Sr. says, sounds like they keep throwing different things out there to keep people scared and confused until they can find a way to control it. Then it'll be the best thing since sliced bread, a bunch of trickery. That's the worst part. I mean, that is the worst part.
Hey, man, you know, back in the day, PayPal got sued.
Right, yeah.
Because they said that they were letting payments go through that may have been illegal or that they were doing something. And PayPal is nowhere near the technology Bitcoin is. And they were almost taken down when they first started. Now it's regular life. Who doesn't have PayPal? And
here's the problem with all these. And remember, we had the one guy, I can't remember for what crypto company we interviewed one time. We kept asking him, all right, what would you do in the face of government? And he was like, well, yeah, we'll have to do whatever regulations that. That's the problem. The same thing that you said that just happened or that did happen to PayPal, which is the same reason why PayPal is fighting back against Bitcoin because they're part of the establishment. They're part of the family now. But every time, and I get it. And I mean, if I was in that position, I would definitely understand. You got millions on the line. You're trying to make your company succeed, and it's either get down or lay down, basically. But every time you lay down or get down with the establishment in the sense where it's clearly corrupt, then I mean, hey, it's just making it work. It's not gonna get better. That's what we keep. People keep thinking, well, we do this regulation, we work with this law. No, it doesn't. Listen, it's like if you commit a crime and they say they're gonna reduce your sentence, you still going to jail. All y'all committed a crime, y'all all going to jail together. So to me, it's the same thing. When it comes to payments and stuff, there is no middle ground. Well, let's just work with the government here. Let's just give them some of our tax money here. No, they don't. They don't deserve it. They haven't earned it. They don't even understand it. They're just literally trying to use the power, basically, of the military and police factions we have to force you into submission, which again is not even a slippery slope. We see what happens.
Yeah, I think we need like a quick 2-week crisis where it's like a quick food shortage or something like that, or a money shortage where people can't take it out the bank, so you can see what's going on in other countries and why Bitcoin is absolutely necessary and why they're so adamant about taking control of it. If Bitcoin wasn't worth anything and it wasn't going to be worth anything in the future, do you think they'll be trying to take control of every aspect of it as we speak? Like somebody just says, why is there not a strategic Bitcoin reserve or mining farm for the U.S.? Because that would admit that Bitcoin is good. Like Trump had to come out and say he didn't like Bitcoin, right? The reason he had to say that is because if he comes out and legitimizes Bitcoin, it's off from there. Plus, they were too late. Yeah. Stop thinking that these government people is this big bad. They're a group of people.
It's a group of average people.
It's a group of average people that got voted in to do the same job as their predecessor. Not much has changed. You see how long it takes for stuff to change. The reason is they were late. Your financial advisor was wrong. Your politicians was wrong. Yeah. All of your whoever advisors, your bankers, they were all wrong. You got to get that through your head. You're smarter than them as it pertains to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because you're here right now. They don't know really what they're doing, so you should feel empowered by this and less of, why don't they have a plan? They don't usually have a plan. They're reactionary, not revolutionary.
The day that bigger companies start accepting crypto, which again I assume is going to be slower rather than faster because everyone again is scared straight. Everybody want to hold on to a little bit of freedom they have instead of having all the freedom. But the day you do start seeing companies say, we do it. Uber today, Uber says we accept Bitcoin. Amazon, we accept Bitcoin. All these people, the day that happens, watch the entire system change within a week. I mean, it literally would change within a week because people are saying, all right, I can do this all myself. I don't need anyone's help with my own money. It's crazy.
True.
Crypto and Culture said, my plan is to hold and become a Bitcoin rapper. Hey, you be the first, and you definitely make some money off that. They are conservatives at heart, dinosaurs to us.
Oh, yeah. You know it.
All right, speaking of dinosaurs, we should actually just gave it to them, but CFTC chairman confirms Ether cryptocurrency is a commodity.
Man, shut up. What are you talking about?
CFTC chairman
Jesus Christ.
Keith Tarbert has said Ether. I'm assuming he's talking about Ethereum, that he just calls Ether. The world's second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization is a commodity. First of all, thank you, I guess, again. Thursday morning, Wednesday nights, people will keep telling you. Speaking at Yahoo Finance, All Market Summit. Oh, this is this morning. Okay, my bad. All Market Summit Thursday. Well, he got the notes last night. Talbert said he believes Ether is not a security. Quote, we've been very clear on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a commodity. Thank you again.
What?
We haven't said anything about Ether. Again, I'm assuming he's talking about Ethereum until now. Tarbert said, it is my view as chairman of the CFTC that Ether is commodity. This is how you know they don't know what we're talking about. When have you ever seen a government worker, especially the chairman of the CFTC, all of a sudden give a nickname to any commodity?
Yeah.
You know, when do we start giving nicknames?
Yeah, exactly.
For one, call it what it is, Ethereum. You probably didn't call it that because you don't know that. Somebody in your notes put Ether or something. You don't know how to pronounce it, so you kept saying Ether. You're not slick with it. I know how this game go. But you can't even say the whole word, and you're trying to tell us what it is. Like,
yeah. And honestly, I mean, this is why the only Heath I acknowledge is Heath Ledger.
Hilarious.
I don't trust Heath's much like
I don't
dudes with
trust
ponytails and dudes named Chauncey. But the chairman, he actually stated, it stands to reason that similar assets should be treated similarly. If the underlying asset, the original digital asset, hasn't been determined to be a security and is therefore a commodity, most likely the forked asset will be the same. So, to cross-reference the IRS stuff that came out today, along with the CFTC, basically, if it's a commodity, if somebody forks it, whatever is forked is considered a commodity too. If you make stupid coin as an airdrop, that is a commodity now if it's based off of your Bitcoin address. These people are running in circles. They don't know what the hell they're talking about because this makes absolutely no sense. However, he did go on to speak about the Libra project, which is something totally different. And he says, is it a security first and foremost? And if it is a security, it is most likely a commodity. They don't know how to describe cryptocurrency. They keep calling it the same stuff that they had before. People, this should wake you up to how slow these people are. As soon as new technology arrives, they don't know what to do. This is why people between 90 and 2000 in the internet market were making bank because they were looking at government figures. They don't even know how to use the internet.
They still don't know how to use the internet.
They still don't even know how to use it. They're just now wrapping their mind around it. So at this point, this should give you much encouragement that the words they're saying are just parrots of what they've heard before. Can anybody explain to me how Ethereum is a commodity? I would like to hear it, but I just don't understand how you build smart contracts out of a commodity. Most commodities I thought was pork, beans, things of that nature.
All right, here's the real deal, people. I know how they're doing their testing, all right? I know how the real Howey test is done, the security test is done, and the commodity test. This is the test. Are you all ready for it? I'm serious. I think I'm joking. Here's the test. Do they make enough money for us to take? No? All right, it's a commodity. Just tax it. They made enough money for us to take? It's a security. They have a CEO who we can arrest if he doesn't give us the money? It's a security. Like, that's the Howey test right there. How much money did they make? Can we take some of that money? Do they have someone we can put in prison we can take money? If all those are yes, then you're a security. Yeah. If any of those are no, they don't have a CEO, they didn't make a lot of money.
Ain't nobody go.
Okay, that's a commodity. We don't have to worry about that. So that's what's happening. In Ethereum, or as he calls it, Ether, again, that sounds like someone who doesn't know how to pronounce Ethereum. Yeah. Because you're speaking in full sentences and full words with everything else, but when it comes to Ethereum, you're just gonna cut it to Ether. Right. All right. So the guy who's telling us what Ethereum is, and doesn't know how to say the word. The real reason Ethereum isn't a commodity, or is a commodity, because they could actually put it under security. You know, you go at Vitalik and all that. The actual reason why they're saying it's commodity is because Ethereum has a lot of Russian support too. We all know Vitalik has actually been working with the Russian government. Oh yeah. He's like the new kid on the block over there.
Been over there plenty of times.
Right. So it's one of those things where it's already out there on the geopolitical level. Whereas if you mess with the Ethereum project or Vitalik Buterin, Russia will get involved. It's not an if, and, or but. This is going to be the course of action. Yeah. So now that's why Ethereum is a commodity, or Ether is a commodity too. Because as per usual, the U.S., hey, home team, whatever, we're like, no, we only like picking on little guys. We'll leave you all alone. So that's the deal there. But I mean, again, just a couple sentences up, you can see them talking about, as you mentioned, the Howey test. People, we talked about the Howey test before. I think it's from like the 20s or 40s or something. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous. It was before the internet.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about a test that was before the internet, period.
Yeah, if there were flappers around back when you was talking about, I don't want to hear what you have to say.
You said flappers.
Doing the Bojangles.
Y'all was wearing white wigs, curled hair.
Yeah, exactly. If you was in the club doing the mess around, I don't want anything to do with your with your opinion. But right here, Blockchain Shooter says they left a loophole in there for us. There is no clarity for small purchases done without cashing out. There's no clarity really of anything, because think about it. They basically just said you can create something that they can call a commodity later, because somebody created Bitcoin. It wasn't called a commodity when it came out. They just called it a commodity, like just literally just named it a commodity. And if you talk to the CFTC today, I'll be like, okay, well, what was it before it was a commodity? They won't have an answer, because they're used to all of the things in the industry already being there, a part of natural, the natural part of Earth. Bitcoin is not natural. This is something totally, I don't know how many times we got to tell you, this is different. Everybody thinks, oh, no, I've been in the financial industry. I can figure. No, you sound stupid. And our followers seem to agree. We're just telling you what they said, and it sounds ridiculous.
Chats with Decentralized said IRS is a scam, LMAO, they're trolling. We know this. Gervais Wright said EOS and various proving that this is so true. Yeah, I mean, again, people, this is crazy. It is crazy. Again, this is corruption, people.
Yeah,
the IRS, the CFTC, and the SEC at this point, this is corruption. Every day they're coming up with different guidance from different people. And let's not even include FINRA, New York Department of Financial Services, which somehow controls the entire nation. I don't know how that one worked.
They must have dirt on everybody.
The National Futures Association. So you got 5 or 6 different organizations in the United States, all staking claim to who's in charge, all using their own little branch of police or military power to enforce it. And we just had to say, okay, we got to do it. So crazy to see, but gang, people. That's why we hate to say, but
you see it in real time.
You are seeing it in real time. Hammer said, screw FB buy Steam. I'm assuming Facebook, right? Steam going out of business.
Steam just got delisted off Poloniex. It's not.
Oh yeah, Poloniex got hit with the kill shot yesterday, huh?
Yeah, man. They lost a lot. Clams.
Yeah.
They lost what else? Navcoin.
And what's crazy.
Pascal. Oh,
did you cover this yesterday?
Yeah, I covered it yesterday.
What was crazy was the coins that a lot of coins they missed or they're getting rid of people. Some of these were in the top 10.
Yeah, man.
So the next time you have your next Bitcoin and it's in number 4 right now, remember some of the coins of Steam. I mean, you talking about Steam.
I remember Steam came out hot.
Steam came out steaming.
I talked about it yesterday. I remember reading the white paper at work and thinking, this might work if they get some stuff together, but it's very complicated. So we'll see how it goes. And it ended up, it was too complicated. It doesn't look like it's doing too good, but if they rebrand, they could come back.
Yeah, they can rebrand and come back.
It's not over. Yeah. I mean, it's just they were too early. I think they were
way too early.
Way too early. In 2016, people were not ready to see a difference in social media. I think people are now. A lot of the stuff that's come out.
There we go. All right, other than all of that, are we doing free crypto coin day? Have we done that?
Oh, yeah. Yep. So for our free crypto coin today, the IRS has put out their rules for forks and airdrops. Let us know what you think about the IRS rules on crypto, on Bitcoin in general. Also, let us know what you think about the CFTC commodity security thing, just the regulations in general. Where do you think it'll go? What do you think will happen? And we'll send the free crypto coin to the best answer.
I'll tell you what I think. We're not gonna take it. Fight the power.
Come on, sing like Dave Chappelle's friend Chip.
Hey, this is crazy.
We're
not going. Listen, people. I don't know. I get it. Everybody has families. They want to take care of everything, so you want to listen to the government. But hey, I'll be the light in the dark for you. I'll keep fighting.
Yeah, crazy.
Other than that, that's our show for today. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.